Hello there, Hachiko. How goes it? We're up bright and early for another quality day of factory building. How's your day so far? What system is this on? I am running this on a custom-built PC, Windows PC. I think it's running just whatever the latest Windows is. I think we're on Windows 10, 11. I don't check anymore. whatever Bill Gates wants us to have, or Microsoft. But the custom PC was built by me a long time ago, so it's probably pretty out of date by now. But it's okay. Going to get a haircut soon, in an hour or so. That's great. Haircut days are pretty nice. Pretty low stress. I just shave my head when I need a haircut, so pretty easy. And I just let my wife do it. Cheap and easy. And efficient. Must be nice to have a wife or someone to do stuff for you. Word. Just don't forget, everything comes at a cost, so it's not for everyone. I got lucky and got a decent one, but I've heard the success rate is pretty low these days, so be careful. Yeah. Mine's not too bad. But just remember, even the good ones are still women, so enter at your own risk. But yeah, I agree. It does have its perks. She makes pretty good breakfast too, so gotta keep her. So, how about you? Still enjoying the bachelor life? Because that has its own set of perks. Lots of peace and quiet. Time for meditation. Yeah, exactly. And then, depending on which one you end up going with, you might have to make certain compromises. Also logical, finding one that does stuff for you. Good luck with that. From what I've heard, most of them these days, you end up working for them. They don't work for you. tried it once, but I wouldn't recommend it to any friends of mine. Also, once you give them the idea, then they'll never shut up about it. Much like the panelists you hear from these days. So the moral of that story is you never should have even started to begin with. Lesson learned. But if you're married, the bed is undefiled, so whatever knocks your socks off, have fun. Don't forget your safety word. To be honest, I think humans have way bigger problems than sloshing your mouth around with parts. So I'd worry about the important stuff first. Then worry about the silly nonsense. But that's just me, because I have brains. Dopamine burn. But if you want to find out all about that unlimited wisdom, I think we're getting warmer and warmer to kicking off some smart talk with your buddy Fi. So I've already got one judge in mind, talking to a couple of others, kind of seeing what the schedules are like. But yeah, we can talk about all kinds of things. Lifestyle choices, whether or not you should introduce a partner into your life, all kinds of fun stuff. And what's good for your health? Eating boxes or fruits and vegetables? Tune in to find out for all of life's secrets. Theo had a good stream this morning. He had some Norwegian dude talking about exercise and diet. I like his name, Uncommon Sense, because common sense is an oxymoron, so the common ain't got no sense. That's part of that problem. But it would be cool if they did. But since there's such a severe lack of good advice these days, I figured I'd check in every once in a while and see how humans are doing. So I'll get there eventually. Don't worry. I'll be happy. Don't worry. I'll be happy. Isn't it a song I wrote? Might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. Come on, orange juice, go. Look at this cute little diluted fuel power station. Isn't it pretty? I think I'm going to make some of these kind of pretty now that I've kind of done the things. There's not really much left to explore or set up, so. And we're still waiting for the release of 1.0, which may break the game, so I'm already mentally preparing for resetting the world, so that's why I'm going to spend a lot of time making everything fancy before it's perfect. Thanks for stopping by, Phyllis. Pepe. Are you the famous soccer player? How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. You never heard of the famous soccer player? Oh, that's Pele. I just confused. You're just Pepe. Does that mean you're happy? Pepe. Your face looks like you're smiling. You can barely hear me. How about now? Can you hear me now? Ground control to Major Tom. Can you hear me now, Pepe? Yeah, the video game's pretty loud, and my mic's pretty quiet, and my voice is even more quiet, so. Also, I don't like to make out with the microphone, so. I usually talk at a distance from it. So I was asking if you're happy. Are you a happy person, Pepe? If that is your real name. Good. Glad to hear that. There's not many happy people going around these days. You're eating dinner? Wow. You must be in different places. I'm about to have breakfast soon, so you must live in opposite world. What's it like there in the future? Or am I in the future? I can't remember. Which one of us is in the future? What's the date there? Like, what day of the month is it there? We'll figure out how to crack that code. It is the 29th. Well, that means in about 12 hours, yeah, that's right. So in about 12 hours, it's going to be the 30th. Central Europe now. But you're in the past. I thought y'all were in the future. Let me figure this out. Here's my brain history. So it's 12. Is it 12 a.m. there? Or what? What is it like 8 p.m. or something like that? Let's just rough it out. So about 8 hours from now, it'll be the 30th for you. But 8 hours from now, it'll still be the 29th for me. So you're in the future, right? I'm in the past. If I did my calculations correct, I think that's how time works. Okay, so it's 1932 where you are. So in about 5 hours, you're going to be in tomorrow, which will be the 30th. 5 hours where I am, it'll still be the 29th. So you are in the future. I am in the past. Did I get that right? I think that's how time works. I'm not really sure. I'm not a time traveler. Even though I guess we're technically all time travelers. Just traveling real slow. Did we figure out the puzzle? I think you're in the future. So how is the future? Has man evolved yet? Have they evolved sufficient brain capacity to become good and intelligent? That's the main spoilers I'm waiting for. Because it would be real cool if they did. Look at all that power. So much power. And I could even be making byproducts. Let's do that. Is it just me, or is the music playing funky? Sounds like it's chopping in and out or something. I don't know. Anyways, I hope the microphone volume is better for you. And thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the show. I'm gonna reboot the game real quick because I noticed that the audio's goofing on me, so let me see if I can fix it. BRB. And we're back. Is it possible to turn the game down? I'd love to listen to you. Oh, okay. Sure, I can turn the game down a lick. Let me see here. How about... How about that? Is that better? With less difficulty. How about now? Is the audio better for you? I turned the game volume down just for you. Because you want to hear my sweet, sweet voice. I understand. It is a beautiful voice. I'm not gonna lie. Also, what would you like to talk about? You want to talk about Central Europe? How is Central Europe these days? You guys alright? You having a good time? How's the audio doing? Can you still hear me better? Or? Yeah, I know the game can get loud sometimes, but this is a gaming channel, so that's the main reason why I'm here. By the way, if you want to hear me talk, I do talk shows, panels, and stuff. I just haven't done any lately, so you're more than welcome to tune in for those. Lots of fun to be had there. But yeah, I hope that it helps. I told him yesterday that his mic settings are effed up. And I told you yesterday my voice box is effed up. I blame Kung Flu. It's not just my mic settings. It's complicated. But I do appreciate the vote of confidence. I am feeling the love. When I'm doing panels for like talking and stuff, first of all, there's no video games drowning out the chatter, and I usually focus completely on good audio, so that's why it's different. But yeah. But hey, if you want better quality production, after I hit 100,000 subs, I'm probably gonna take on a producer or something to like check on that stuff and make sure everyone has the highest quality experience, you know, with the audio and stuff and the presentation. In the meantime, I'm doing this all by myself for free, so that's why it sounds kind of crappy and looks kind of crappy. You accidentally watching the stream 23 minutes in the past? Oh, why you do this? Why you do this? PP. Bruh. I told you, quit living in the past. You need to catch up to us in the future. I see a bright, shiny future for you. We're living in the past, bruh. Let's go. Embrace the future. Future. We have water. We have water. By the way, the audio sounds much better to me now. Great. You can hear me clearly. Wonderful. So like I said, Sometimes I don't put the microphone close while I'm talking, and even worse, Kung Flu completely ruined my voice box. So even when the microphone's working good, sometimes my throat's all scratchy and beat up, and so I don't talk much. But it's a combination of things. But when I'm on panel, I try to put a little effort into it and make sure, you know, people can hear me pretty good. So I'm glad the audio quality has improved for you. I feel better already. See, unnamed, and you were getting all worried about about the mic settings when it was just your imagination all along. He already confirmed it. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Calm down. You just need to chillax. Thanks a lot, PP. You have a good night too, brother. Bible studies. What's good? I think we had a nice little pep talk from BO this morning about good health. I don't know if you caught that one, but he had some dude on about pumping iron or something. Here's a topic we can do. Primal, how familiar are you with nutrition, diet, and exercise? That would make a nice neutral topic for one of our first shows, I would think. Dude seemed chill, yeah. You're an RN personal trainer, holy cow. Well, then you probably have some strong opinions on that topic. You want to do that for a first panel? Do you have a third party in mind? Or do you want to go mono-e-mono? Or is it mono-a-mono? I think it's ah. E means and. Because even though I'm just a engineer by trade, I'm actually somewhat knowledgeable about this topic. So I may have to flex some of my omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence. That's easy. Yeah, we can do that one. I notice sometimes people kind of like want to chime in on that topic, but then they start guesstimating too much, and to me that seems sort of counterproductive, because I think our world has enough people guessing about stuff, especially when they don't know what they're talking about, and so because I mostly had religion in mind, but because the third religious dude probably wouldn't luckily also have good health knowledge. So I'm trying to think of a good quickie third person for diet and exercise, or just general physical health. By the way, do you know any like super pro nutritionists or anything like that? Because that would be a fun third judge, I would say. Yeah. I'm not looking for another gym bro. I'm looking for hopefully a credible nutritionist, but not the standard issue Western medicine type philosophy, because I actually know quite a few Western medicine doctors, and I can tell you right now that they don't know what the best, nutritional advice is, because people don't understand that there's different kinds of doctors. There's like heart doctors and foot doctors and bone doctors and blah blah blah. Not personally, but I could put out a few feelers. Yeah, like I said, I mean, we can wing it. I don't like sounding like a knowledgeable professional, but since most humans haven't got a clue about where to even begin, I can give some pro beginner tips on how to at least make a decent start in that right direction. So, but yeah, let me know if you're in the mood for talking physical health, and then we can get into mental health later. Because our buddy BO definitely is laser focused on keeping those precious bodily fluids in check before we worry about all that mind over matter stuff. So we'll see. Yeah, orthopedic docs don't always have the latest info on gut health. Yeah, so. Also, gynecologists aren't the brightest cookies in a jar when it comes to like general nutritional stuff. Because even like sometimes doctors have some knowledge of things, like for example, an OBGYN, it knows a little more than the average Joe about like pregnant women's health and like, you know, which prenatal vitamins are the best and stuff like that. That doesn't help the general discussion of about, you know, like all human beings, what's the general good health diet advice. And so also, it might not surprise you that many American doctors are of the hypocritical oath as opposed to the Hippocratic oath, and so they don't practice what they preach, and so it's kind of hard to take advice from doctors who are morbidly obese and don't get any exercise on what we should do to eat and exercise, if you know what I mean, bro. But anyways, I was just, you know, spitballing here on something that would be like low brain power, you know, that doesn't require deep philosophical stuffs. Yeah, like general practice docs who focus on holistic practices. That's a topic we can discuss. I've done some research into that stuff, and I have a real good like gut feeling, pun intended, about a lot of the various schools of thought when it comes to diet and exercise, and so I think we can get into that stuff. We can compare and contrast notes and see what we can derive. Anyways, I know it's just kind of a filler topic, but I'm still not, you know, quite completely prepared for our religion topics. By the way, I don't know if you're familiar with Jim Bob from the Ortho Bro camps. I'm trying to see if he's interested. I kind of want to get him in on the third seat, but he may or may not be game for that. He may view us as plebs and peons that aren't worth his time. Plus, he already knows me. He knows I'm a dirty, filthy Protestant, and so we've already kind of butt heads a couple times. The biggest point of contention being certain cults of personality that he's attached to, and so hopefully we can skip all that nonsense and just get right back to good old-fashioned religion topics. Hello, Flopper. Can I mod as you gave someone else mod? Again, Flopper, the mods are there for a reason, and so I'll let you know if I need any more mods. I've already got too many mods as it is, so I appreciate the offer, Flopper, but I'm gonna have to pass for now. All I know is he came from the Crucible space. That is correct. He is one of the Crucible Ortho Bros. So anyone who comes from the Crucible, there's like a 99% chance they're an Ortho Bro. So you don't even have to look it up or anything. You could probably just presume that is what you're getting into. So anywho, I'm not so concerned about that particular topic as just being, you know, open-minded and in a good mood for lots of topics and discussions. So again, we'll see. I don't know yet, but I'm currently in the having my people call his people phase, and so we'll see. Either way, I'm not worried about your feelings too much, but again, I just want to make sure I didn't bring on someone that you have a absolute hatred for and feel like you would not be able to discuss in good faith certain topics. So that's why I was just spot checking before we get into it. Sounds good. Good. Can chat with just about anyone. That's what I figured. Primal. See, I'm liking you more and more every day, and so I just hope you like me after we kick off the party, because I can get on people's bedsides really quickly, and so we'll see. Anyways, whoever it is, and even if it's just two of us for a while, like I said, we may have to do a hot seat, audition panel for a while to see if we can find a third judge that we both enjoy exchanging with, and so I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, my hours are about to reset here pretty soon. I think I said next week. So next week I'll have some quality time to throw at you. In the meantime, if you're hankering for some quality chit chat, haven't seen any good panels lately, and so that's why I'm just kind of throwing it out there to you. Oh, by the way, I heard the Machine Lies is looking for guest hosts to like take over the show in some sort of rotating schedule type setup. So if you're interested in that, I can hook you up with some quality time with his audience. So I don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it, but whatever's. Apparently they're trying to get like lots of quantity time rolling out, and so they're looking for like guest hosts to just take over the show for chunks and chunks of time, and so I was like, I'll think about it, I guess. I don't know. Okay, cool. Just chilling at the airport. Flight got delayed. Oh, that sucks. I knew it. I saw you traveling. Are you on vacation? Or are you traveling on business, not pleasure? Or a little of both? Yeah, I was gonna wait until you got, back home and situated, and so I wasn't trying to hit you up anytime soon. But yeah, we can just chit chat while I'm doing video games and stuff. Sure, if someone thinks I'd be a good fit, happy to give it a go. Alright. I will drop a link for you if you want to see what that's about. I don't know if you've been on Machine Live's channel before, but you might want to check it out before you sign up for that, because it's a different cup of tea, I'll tell you that right now. They do things differently over there. That's the Neurojack Machine Live stomping ground, so if you're familiar with either one of those names, then you might have an idea of what you're getting into. Also, Pill Eater will frequently appear out over there, so I really want to get his take on religion, because I know where he comes from on politics, and I haven't gotten into religion with him yet, so I'm kind of curious on his take on that. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. That's okay. Feel free to thumb through my archives. You'll find plenty of Machine Live's content on there, and Neurojack as well. So they're more into the... I've spoken with Jack once with you, I think. Yeah. So you may have been introduced to him, but not quite understand the world of Neurojack, and so, like I said, him and Machine Lives are a different breed. So, but anyways, if you're into that sort of, punk, underground, anarchist kind of vibe, a lot of conspiracy theory type topics and discussions, super paranoia type, viewpoints on most of the things. Obviously, you know, government, culture, society, media, all that stuff. You know, that it's pretty much going to turn into a Illuminati, Freemason type cabal. You know, no matter what the topic is. So you've been warned. But he's pretty chill. They're all pretty chill over there. But in a weird kind of, you know, scatterbrain kind of way. But anywho, I just thought I'd mention it because, like I said, it keeps coming across my pipelines every once in a while, and I'm like, all right, I'll look into it and see and think about stuff. But and names like, what the funk is going on here? So weird stuff, brother. Weird stuff. Anyways, the stuff I'm doing with Primal is gonna be way more chill, way more laser focused, and hopefully a bit more productive than the typical YouTube panel verse drama stuff. Oh yeah, you're gonna need all the tinfoil hat for that one. You're gonna need tinfoil hat for your tinfoil boxes to make sure the alien government laser waves don't penetrate your tinfoil hat box and contaminate it. You better just go dark and disappear from the system before you engage those dudes. Lots of spooks and weird stuff going on there. And I've already got on all those lists just for talking about, you know, trying to make America great again. So you know how that goes. So that's why I try to keep it low key, because if they send Trump to the gulags, then what chance do the rest of us have? Even though I don't think they're going to send Trump to the gulags. I think that's all part of the show. But anyways, just in case it's not part of the show and the commies are taking over, then we may have to accelerate planned conservataria into high gear. We'll see. In the meantime, we'll talk about religion, culture, health, and stuff. But yeah, we'll just see where the juices take us, where the wind blows. So yeah, I don't have anything too heavy in my schedule at the moment. Like I said, next week my hours will reset, and so I should have quality StreamYard time for our panels to kick off. Next week I've got in real life bunker in the woods activities, so I may be pulled from quality YouTube time. So I'll let you know kind of ahead of time, like, this is a bad week for me, or next couple of days not so good, or whatever. I'll just kind of give you kind of a heads up on where I'm at on stuff. But other than that, I'll just be kind of chilling in general, floating around panels, the usual. So hopefully by then we'll have kind of a pretty solid third in mind, and so if not, like I said, we'll just let the hot seat roll the dice and see if there's anybody who wants to temporarily fill in. I'm still not feeling a strong, solid third at the moment, so we're just going to have to play that by ear for a while until the magic happens. Sounds good. I'm home for most of next week. That's good. That's good. Well, I hope your business trip was successful and you had a good time. By the way, do you travel a lot, or it seemed like you were pretty available locally most of the time, but if you got a busy, hectic travel schedule, I may have to work around your complications and stuff. you'll let me know. Without giving too much personal information away. Like I said, I don't want you to get too much detailed into your personal life, but just general stuff be sufficient. Next 6 weeks, I'll be on the road again, but I'll bring my second monitor. A lot of quality hotel room conferencing time is what I'm hearing. And that may just be what you need to kind of help, take the edge off when you're on the road. Sometimes you just need a good book or movie to curl up with. And so, maybe we'll do some on-the-road panels. Just be sure you get all your chit-chat set up so you don't get too much feedback or whatever. Cool. We'll figure it out. Yeah, do the 9 to 4. Yeah, I know how that goes. Plus buffer time, commuting and shit, shower and shaving, and the eating and stuff. Yeah. We'll work around it. No worries at all. Sounds good, brother. We'll do it. Cool. Well, like I said, hopefully soon we can kind of start getting some pilot episodes kicked off and kind of play around with different audiences and stuff, because I think we're going to get different vibes from different audiences. I don't know what your audience primarily is, but I guess we'll find out soon enough, what yours is versus others. Yeah, I have my portable mic all set. Groovy. Cool beans. Well, we'll hopefully my voice will recover a little bit in the meantime, because week to week I'm never really sure how well it's doing. Like the past couple of days, it's been getting all horsey, so I don't know what's going on with it. It might be the usual kids bringing home stuff. But I haven't gotten any heavy bronchitis or anything lately. But like I said, my voice is just cached. It will never fully recover. So I'll just do the Barry White voice. Oh yeah, baby. Can't get enough of your voice. You got a few trolls, red pill, black pill, but mostly chill. That's cool. That's a pretty average slice of the population, I would say. Oh, and just FYI, Jim Bob is a bit of a troll himself, and so hopefully, if he comes on panel with us, he'll turn the troll volume down a little bit from 11 to 8 or 9 or so. And so, as long as you can roll with it, he does have some rather insightful, intelligent things to say from time to time. So, as opposed to say a Richard or something who has zero trolling yet, might get a little too laser focused on a certain topic, and may not be able to chill out and see things from just kind of from a normie point of view or whatever. So that's why that third seat's going to be a weird variable. Good, you enjoy it, Woody Troll, huh? Careful what you ask for. All right, yeah, we'll see how it goes, because sometimes it can kind of kill the mood where we're trying to have a serious discussion, but one party just won't ever serious up, and so that's why I'm just kind of wondering how much of that I wanted to. That's why I originally said, like, if we had like a Denizen third seat or something, he's definitely super trolly. And so, yeah. I think it'll break up the monotony of just two, you know, well-balanced, intelligent gentlemen just talking about intelligent stuff all the time, you know. Because that can get kind of boring when all we do is just spit out facts and logic and reason, and the audience is like, boring, I'm tired, and they fall asleep or something. So just to keep it spicy, I think we'll be ready for whatever rando. But we're good. The internet will provide. If nothing else, the hot seat will always be there for us to provide all the spicy sauce we need. There is a season. I agree, there's time for chilling. And then being able to come back to focus. Word to your mammy. Yep, we're good, Primal. So, pencil me in for sometime next week or so. I think the computer's at the 4th is when my hours reset. So, in the meantime, if you host a discussion topic that you really want to pick my brain on, you can specifically call me out and say, hey, how about this idea? Just like you, I am game for it. You know, no matter what your topic or idea or angle you want to come from, I'm pretty flexible, so I will bring it and go from there. But yeah, I don't have anything on my mind at the moment, so that's why I haven't really, you know, lit the fire signals yet. Also, like I said, I've been getting a lot of fidgety side distractions lately, so I'm just kind of, you know, bouncing around and stuff. Cool deal, man. We'll do stuff soon enough. Soon-ish. By the way, once I do get the religion stuff rolling, do you have any sort of preferences or things that you don't enjoy that you want to go ahead and let me know soon? Because I can get pretty heavy and deep into the weeds on a lot of topics, and so, like I said, if there's certain things that you just really don't enjoy, feel free to let me know, like on panel or afterwards or whatever. Just shoot me a message or whatever. Otherwise, I'm just going to presume you can hack anything I can dish out, and so you're going to have to let me know when I'm getting into an area that you're not, you know, too excited about or whatever. So, because we're going to cover all the things, but I figured we'd just kind of ease into it and just start with the general stuff and then kind of go from there, without just going into a straight up, you know, like heavy duty Bible study where you got to do, like, you know, days of preparation and, you know, prepare your thesis and dissertation on why this particular apostle didn't interpret words correctly and all the complications that arose from the early church and blah 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 blah, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it can get kind of sticky rather quick. So yeah, someone sent me an article about why people often marry someone like their parent. Might do a show on that in the near future. Cool. That sounds like a fun topic. By the way, I married opposite of my parents, so what does that say about me? You're good with whatevs? All right, you keep saying that, so I'm gonna drag you as deep into the fiery pit of the labyrinth as your human brain can withstand. So, Gird thy loins. Oh, yeah. Marriage is a fun topic. By the way, I never asked. I forgot to ask. Are you married, or is that a topic you're comfortable speaking about? Because I didn't want to ask your personal details before we got to know each other and got into various topics. And is that a topic you're comfortable sharing on a panel, and or including possible visits from the other? Might not know much about a particular topic, but usually logic my way through it. That's the right answer. Correct, sir. So I've noticed a couple of streams, your sweetheart sometimes kind of co-host with you. So I'm guessing she's comfortable. You're divorced twice. Okay. So are you currently married to the lady that appears on stream from time to time? Is the divorces a topic you're comfortable discussing? Because that might come up in future marriage discussions, just FYI. By the way, I don't want to find the one topic that completely turns you off, so again, if it's not something you want to get into, I completely understand. Okay, so she's wife number 3. Y'all are married now. Just I have to scribble mental notes just so I don't accidentally assume things, and I don't like guessing because I'm terrible at guessing. Okay. Well, I will try to avoid the heavy stuff, especially when it comes to religion, because I know how contentious a topic that can get, and so we can save that for way down the road. But like I said, at first we're just going to be talking about the other topics first, and then we'll get into messy, sticky topics later. But anyways, okay. I was just curious if you don't mind talking about certain stuff, and or including a guest appearance from now and then again. So, for example, if we bring up something that your significant other feels very strongly about, then she would be more than welcome to jump on stream with you and share her 2 thoughts or whatever. So, 2 cents, 2 thoughts, 2 cents on whatever. But if you just prefer to keep it, the gentleman, we can do that as well. So for example, my wife never goes on streams, and for good reason, because I don't want her to have to deal with the plagues and curses of the interwebs. So she lives a bit of a sheltered life, which is good for her. So also her English isn't great, so there's little things like that. I'm sure she'll want to hop on occasionally. Okay, well, she's welcome by all means. So as long as she can hack it and you can hack it, I can hack it. So I'm pretty easy to get along with. So I'll leave that up to you. How do you want to handle that? That's why RP exists. I keep forgetting RP. What is RP again? Is that like code for stuff you're not allowed to say on YouTube or something? Is that one of those TOS things unnamed? I can't remember. What does RP stand for? I'm completely blanking. Red pill? Yeah. That would be a good guess, Primal. I have no idea what what Unnamed is talking about, though. So. Mr. Ninja, what does RP stand for? Red pill is primal correct? By the way, if we ever do bring up red pill, I may give it a fresh take because I think it's so outdated and has lost all meaning that I never use that term because the people that claim it I don't think are red pill. So I was like, what do you mean that word? So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, red pill, blue pill. Again, going back to the original meeting. Yeah, okay, he does mean red pill. Okay. It's like a Tylenol. That's a yellow pill too, by the way. So yeah, I think red pill has pretty much lost meaning. The way it's constantly used and claimed by certain groups and stuff, and so it's weird that it almost always ties into some sort of like feminism debate and like MGTOW and blah 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 stuff, because originally I thought it was for mainly like the left wing versus the right wing debates about how the left wing are just a bunch of NPCs and the right wing were like the sheeple that awoken and stuff like that, or whatever. Yeah, it's been hijacked for profit at this point. Yeah, not just profit, but just for, even like street cred and stuff like that. Like a lot of people like to claim red pill, like I'm so based and, masculine and blah, blah, blah. And then meanwhile, they're part of the same uniparty that the left wing is brainwashing the useful idiots, and so I'm like, I guess you're kind of red pills, sort of. That's why I just don't even use it anymore. Awakening to reality. I like reality. Let's talk about that stuff. Yeah, I'm never going to use the term red pill because, again, if we're talking about people that know the difference between the deep state uniparty, what are the real definitions of left wing and right wing, and whether or not we can talk about religion, culture, philosophy, and all the hot button topics like feminism and patriarchies and diversity, equity, inclusions, things. I mean, there's just so many. And see, this is why I don't like to just talk about broad topics, because they can go in any direction, and every 1,000 audience members each has their own idea of where they want to drag that derailed train into and train wreck. So I agree that most of that is BS, but there are good red pill channels on YouTube. Great. Well, feel free to add me to that list, because we're definitely going to talk about reality and only reality. I don't care about people's delusions or propaganda narratives and deep state stuff and all that. I'm the opposite of those things. But it's currently a funnel for someone to sign up for $99 a month programs. Yeah, there you go, Primal. So whether it's, alpha chat, training, pickup artists, MGTOWs, whatever, they all got their own grift, and so I mean, I don't know why you have to pay someone, $99 a month just to know what's already been said 1,000 times for free already. That yes, there's a lot of bullshit going on with the left wing, and yes, it usually takes the form of the usual suspects: the feminazis, the race baiters, the identity politics people, and all the propaganda bullshit they peddle constantly. And and how there is no right wing left in this country because everyone pretends that the Republican Party is like fighting back against all this left wing bullshit, when in fact most Republicans are just as bad, if not worse, than the left wing. I mean, they're pretty much all the same thing at this point. There's so little differences in them. It's all about narratives and selling you know, bullshit kabuki theater and stuff. And so I've already covered this like thousands of times, but again, like nobody listens, no one cares, no one absorbs any of this information. So it's like, you know, I'd love to keep preaching the same message over and over and over again, but again, some humans are just too retarded. They don't ever absorb or retain any of this knowledge, and so it's like, okay, well, good luck figuring it out. And then you say the next buzzword to get their attention again. So, you know, feminazis, MGTOW. Disney just posted a $250K per year head of DEI position. That sounds like a fun job. I'll take that job. I'll give them all the diversity and equity and inclusion that they could possibly stand. Make it more lame and gay. Put lots of gay black chicks in it. Make it more lame and gay. Yeah, South Park already did this. Go watch the Kathleen Kennedy Cartman episode where he pointed out that Disney is just a meme at this point. So yeah, hard. They're retarded. I'm about to identify as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. See if I can get an interview. I identify as an Apache attack helicopter. My pronouns are my lord and your majesty, or your highness. You can just call me Emperor for short of the known universe. Yeah, so that's why I don't want to get back into those, you know, swamps yet again, because they already monopolize everyone's time. So if we keep getting back into their tar baby trap, then we will never escape. And so that's why I never bring up those topics or talk about them or debate with them or anything like that, because there is nothing of value there. So I'm good. I'll pass. The only winning move is to not play the game. Greetings, Professor Falcon. How about a nice game of chess? So anyways, yeah, we're not going to talk about the tired old topics of, you know, the faux right wing battling the monopoly that the left wing has now obtained on everything in the West and the East and the North and the South. I would argue that the world has lost the war with the left wing, and so I could easily show you in about 10 or 15 minutes how there is no battle between the left wing and their imaginary opponents, the right wing. But we'll get into that later. That's politics. For now, we'll start with religion and see if we can figure out if maybe that's where the cognitive dissonance begins, in which people claim to be the thing, but they are not. So yeah, that will make for a good topic to eventually get to. That's probably the final boss of that discussion. So we'll see. We'll see who disagrees and agrees on reality versus delusion and fantasy. As Queen once asked, Is this the real world? Or is it just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. So yeah. We'll get to all those goodies soon enough, folks. Soon enough. But we're gonna start with religion, the easy part. We're gonna get the easy part out of the way first, and then we'll do the hard parts. Religion's a piece of cake. I don't understand why humans can't figure it out. It's not rocket science. It's like reading stereo instructions. Insert tab A into slot B. I'm just a poor boy. Let me go. I agree, Primal. We're all just po boys. Do you think Christianity is the reality? Ja. Ja, mein Frau. Das ist gut. It is a tool in which to better understand reality. Yes. Unnamed. Boarding time. Later on, Primal. I'll catch you after the flight. Godspeed. Catch you later. Will do, Primal. I'll have my people call your people. So Unnamed, you're going to find out either the easy way or the hard way once my tribunal gets up and running, because that is going to be the main topic of discussion on this channel at this bat time on this bat channel. Spoilers, TLDR, yes, Unnamed Christianity is the tool to understanding reality. Since reality mainly consists of two parts, the physical and non-physical, we already know the physical answers about reality. And so the more important questions are the non-physical. Because the physical answers can't answer any of the good questions about why are we here? What is the meaning of life? Who are we? What are we? What is our purpose? Is there a God? And what does he want from us? And how can we know him? Can we know him? Lots and lots of fun questions. And his tribunal. But feel free to jump in the hot seat, Unnamed. I created the hot seat just for you. And who knows, if you impress the pants off me, you might even make it to a judge seat or something. I'm easy. I can be persuaded by logic and reason and quality, wisdom and knowledge. So yeah, shoot your shot. We'll see. Just beware, when Fi is on panel, heads will roll. Pure, raw, unfiltered truth will be incoming. So prepare thine anus and buckle thine seatbelts. Oh, I'll preach, Unnamed. I'm gonna preach so much, Primal's gonna have to stop me. He's gonna be like, Brother Fi, please give us a minute of respite from thine preaching. Because sometimes I go a little too fire and brimstone, and So I have to remember that my audience is human. And most of my words are for angels and demons. Only they can withstand the might of fire. But even barely then. So yeah, good times ahead, Unnamed. Tell your friends and family. It's gonna be a family show for all ages and all walks of life. As long as you love reality, you've come to the right place. My red pills eat your red pills for breakfast. King Kong ain't got shit on my red pills.
Relaying message. Hello, this is Patrol Figure. I have taken.
So yeah, I'll be around.
Doctors say that
Next week my panels reset. I only get about 20 hours per month, which is fine because I don't plan on doing more than 20 hours per month. But if the demand is there, I will consider it. I may just bounce over to Primal's channel for a while, and we may tag team tribunals. I don't want to hijack his channel or anything, but you know, I may borrow it from time to time, just seeing how well we get along and how the topics flow and all that stuff. And so, but if you want it non-stop, 24/7 from Emperor Phi, then as soon as those subs hit over 1,000, I promise you I will buy the StreamYard. And I may even hire a full-time producer, you know, to like bump up the quality of the show and do like lots of flash animations and dank memes and high quality audio studios, and we'll see. Plenty of potential. It's a supply and demand market, so the demand has to be there before I supply it. So if they demand it, I will build it. But if the world is full of evil retards, I'm not gonna turn blue in the face trying to convince evil retards that there is a cure for stupidity, because there is no cure for stupidity. We can fix ignorance. That's the easy part. It's the stupidity that even God won't override that power. Darn that free will. Always fucking up everything. So until then, if you're stupid, just go ahead and pass on this channel. If you're ignorant, I can help you out. We can cure ignorance. Do I think religion gains popularity these days? No, I think the opposite is true. I think decades ago, America and the world was very religious. In modern times, post 1990s, 2000s, the world is becoming more atheist and anti-religious. There are still plenty of spiritual but not religious, which is complete garbage that means nothing. So without religion, your spirituality means nothing. And so there are a lot of self-proclaimed quote-unquote Christians who do not know what Christianity is. And so they simply have good feeling in their tummy and call themselves spiritual but not religious. And so this is the majority of the population. Is spiritual but not religious, agnostics, and a lot of butthurt atheists or anti-theists, to be more specifically correct. Is good, yeah? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? I wish religion was more popular these days, but maybe there's been a lot of bad religion going around, and maybe that's why the unwashed masses are so turned off by this thing called religion. Which, no worries, that's what Emperor Phi is here to correct. I will tell you the one true religion, and with that, the hope of humanity and their future. So maybe they were waiting for the one true religion to be preached, and that was why they had lost hope. So I have come to bring a sword, not peace. And after the heads have rolled, all that will remain is the one true religion. I don't need AW's theocracy. Me neither. You need conservataria, the one true government, which separates the church from state and preaches the one true church. And adopts it into the rule of law for the foundation of our morality. And protects the pillars of capitalism and libertarian governance based on meritocracy. That's what you need, unnamed. You need some Emperor Phi's loving. You can't get enough of my love. We'll get that eventually with Primal. We're going to start with religion, and then we'll get into culture, which will lead into economics. And then we will drop the final nail in that coffin, which will be politics. And cover the meritocracy to bring about the final world order. Who will enforce the Christian laws in your land? Okay, so we're going to start with the smallest government humanly possible, and then it will adapt as needed to the security of our nation. So let's say we start with a nice little tribunal of 3 judges, and so they are going to enforce the rule of law, the Christian morality. And so it can be done through private security. It can be done through public security. I don't like the public default answer to security because humans are retarded and they don't understand that just because the government has monopoly on the police forces doesn't make it better. Somehow it's not inherently more moral, or, you can't have a privately owned, even if it's not for profit, you can't have a privately owned default National Guard, just in case the country gets invaded. They can head up the on-call general who heads up the National Guard. But their day-to-day function will be mostly third-party arbitration between private entities that can't settle their disputes peacefully and orderly. And so you have a tribunal of judges that heads up the judicial system and oversees, the antitrust laws of the economy, the de facto on-call general for the National Guard, and that's about it. That's it. That's all the government is, and it's those 3 dudes. And I don't care how they get into office. I prefer a meritocracy. A straight-up democracy is fine, but then you have to decide whether or not it's a democracy of, landowners. Is it a democracy of just, based on some other random metric, how much commerce they input And so even if they don't own the land, if they're running like 90% of the businesses in the country, obviously they should get a vote in who heads up the economic system, blah, blah, blah. This will definitely be a patriarchy. There's no debate there. And so there's things that I already know the answer to, and there's other things that has a little wiggle room depending on how we want to go about enforcing said values. So there's in a nutshell, that's the answer to your question. So I hope that helps. We'll get into it with Primal, don't worry. We'll get there eventually. And again, feel free to hot seat on those topics on that day, on that stream. I don't get it. You want to split church from government, but still enforce religious laws. Okay, this is really easy to understand on names. This isn't hard, so just turn your brain on for a second. So currently in the United States of America today, we essentially have Christian morality, which was plagiarized from all of the Christian founding fathers who built this country for Christians, by Christians, of Christians. And so, yes, there were other people present as well. They were also just agnostics and deists and atheists and Muslims and Jews and Hindus and all the other things. America was mostly Christians, and mostly of our morality that we created in America was from the Christian principles of don't kill, steal, lie, etc., etc. Including our freedoms, by the way. All the freedoms that we take for granted in America, no other country has recognized our God-given Christian freedoms of autonomy and, free will and personal responsibility, yada, 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 etc., etc. Anyways, just like America, we can also separate church and state, where you're not forced into Christianity in order to become a citizen of Conservataria. Just like in America, you weren't forced by the state to join Christianity in order to become an American citizen. So we're going to keep that system, though we are going to be less, prone to letting butthurt atheists take over the system. Because if you listen to anyone talk about this debate in modern times, the first thing they'll tell you is that America was founded by butthurt atheists, mostly butthurt atheists, and a few deists, that showed up and didn't really worship one particular god. They just worshiped Gaia. And so America was founded by 90% butthurt atheists and like 10% Gaia worshippers. And so Christians really had no business in interjecting their particular religion into America. And so this is how evil and retarded humans are. And so I won't debate or even engage with these people because they're just too fucking retarded. So I'm not gonna keep pretending like they have some sort of value seat at the table, with the adults when the adults are talking. And so if they want to take up all the children's tables with all the crayon eating retards, that's fine. They can waste their time with those discussions. I'm good. So long story short, again, Conservataria will be built upon Christian values, but it won't be forced by the state government, as a requirement to be a citizen of the country. So the people that will enforce it will be good, God-fearing, loving citizens who are appointed to the seats of judges. There's probably like a 90% chance that anyone who makes it through the meritocracy of philosophy, religion, sociology, all that sort of stuff, psychology, whatever, are definitely going to be Christians. Because let's face it, anyone who's like agnostic or whatever just doesn't have what it takes to be a judge when it comes down to like moral issues and stuff like that. And so, there's probably going to be some heavy bias early on in the formation of Conservataria, where it almost feels like it's a fixed system where why is it always the Christians that get to be the judges? And so, that's the reason why. It won't be explicitly stated
the government laws, but it will be very heavily influenced. It will be like, your best bet is just to adopt Christianity or at least subscribe to it or whatever. And so there you go. I know you. I see why you don't get it unnamed. It gets kind of messy and complicated, but I can explain it eventually. It just takes time and lots of feedback and conversations. Okay, we'll wait for your streams. I don't want to derail your gaming stream. How dare you interrupt my very important imaginary factory building? This is very, very serious business. No unnamed, you never derail my gaming stream. First of all, gaming streams are just background noise while I'm waiting in between any decent conversations to be had on my talk shows. But don't worry, the talk shows are coming soon. I'm still fiddling around with stuff, but the pieces are falling into place, so no worries. Soon enough, stuff's gonna happen. So again, patience and appreciation of your patience. I appreciate your calmly and chillaxing waiting for stuff to kick off. All in good time, sir. Also, we don't have to be like 100% religion topics at first. Like I told Primal, we can jump back and forth between, getting heavy into religion, like the first 2 or 3 shows, and then the very next show we can just go full politics or something. And so it's not set in stone that it has to be one way or the other. Like I said, I've done politics for a while. If you want to know politics, I've already talked about politics a billion times. So just go back through all my previous, panels where I was on other people's streams or I hosted my own stream. And I may just do a whole separate and a different apart show where maybe I may have like different judges on panel or no judges. I may just do a TED talk on the politics and stuff, which I feel like I've already done a bunch of times now. But again, if you just want one clean stream where it's just me talking and answering frequently asked questions from chat or something, or have just like one hot seat open for nonstop feedback where I'm giving my TED talk and then one person just comes in and asks all the questions and gets them all verbally responded to live on stream. And so we might do something like that as well. I don't really have a need for a tribunal net on that because I'm not looking to debate any of these topics yet. When we get there, I will, and that's why I said if Primal makes it all the way through religion, culture, and economics, and he still wants to, debate me on politics, then I'll be more than happy to, do hours and hours of content doing that as well. So we shall see. Build something. Stop jumping around. I will fly around and look at the things all I want. I'm not building anything. I think I maxed out this factory last time I checked. You can do the math. Oil here, heavy oil there, heavy oil and water here, fuel there, and 20 generators. That's. I think this is equilibrium, so I don't need to do anything else. It will run forever, and it's all maxed out. So yeah, quit derailing the video game stream, dude. But yeah, that's why I said I can't really talk and play video games at the same time, so I'll just like do one or the other. So as you'll notice, I haven't been playing the video game at all while I was talking, so I've just been kind of looking at things and floating back and forth. So. But yeah, we can do some more video game stuff. I hope I answered most of your questions, unnamed. I appreciate the eagerness. It will come. It's coming very soon. Very, very soon, unnamed. The tribunal is coming. Check Duke City. It may have had a meltdown. I think I balanced Nuke City too, so I'm pretty sure I can just leave it at this point. But just because curiosity killed the cat, let's go. Let's go check it out. By the way, I don't know why the music keeps crapping out on the video game, because I rebooted the video game earlier, and once again the music audio just keeps crapping out. So I have no idea what's causing it or how to fix it. So I'm just gonna ignore it. Also, I tried to turn the volume down because someone was complaining about the video game audio competing with the host chat audio, and so I aim to please here. So if you guys want the video game higher, just let me know and I'll turn it back up. But then again, this isn't really a video game stream, so in case anyone hasn't figured it out yet, I'm not really here to play video games. I'm just doing it for funsies. It's kind of just killing time. Like, it's sort of the way I just chill my brain out, where I don't think about anything. And so, because every time someone brings up topics for panels, my brain juices get flowing, and so we'll just do a stream on it or something. Okay, no meltdown so far. Sprite cans are in check. There's your answer. Sprite cans are in check. And all the various machines are in check. No water backing up, and no sulfur backing up. Sulfuric acid backing up. Those are the only two machines you really have to check on this setup. So, minor radiation, which is to be expected because you can't get around that in any Nuke City unless you design it perfectly where exactly the amount of the bright materials come through. And so that is really hard math to do, and I don't care to do it, so I don't care. I'll just put up with a little bit of radiation. But there's nothing backing up or melting down, so we good. We good. Look, you even get to catch the show. Here's the particle accelerator show. First the little loop starts, and then the medium loop starts, and then the big loop starts. And then you make the stuff. Do you plan to play stream in the next version? Sure, why not? I was kind of want to take a break from Satisfactory on my next playthrough. Was going to be Captain of Industry, because that way I can teach my audience about capitalism while I'm playing the video game. But we'll see. I don't know. The video game really doesn't matter. Again, it's just background filler. So as long as I can kind of zone out while I'm playing said game, that's good enough for me. But yeah, I didn't really have one in mind, so I may just play some more Satisfactory. I'm getting kind of Satisfactory burnout already, because I don't know if you've caught how many streams I've done already. It's starting to show there, buddy. 102 hours. It's starting to wear down on my video game attention. Plus, like I said, I've kind of already beat the game per se, so there's really not much left to explore and or do. I mean, I even did Nuke City for funsies, even though I didn't need it, and I already beat that. So now I can just leave it and ignore it forever, and it's already in the back of my mind. So I've explored the map, I've maximized all the transportations, the productions are efficient, so yeah. Now there's just enjoy the view. I might play a real vanilla game, but I really hate fighting angry dogs and stuff, and is up and running. Plus all the back and forth trekking for supplies. That's why I used the little cheat code in this game, this playthrough, because it's not about making it a realistic playthrough. It's more about the brains behind the operation. Because obviously, once you get your universal factory set up, even if you're not using item spawn, you can make all the stuff you need non-stop. And so I showed all the mechanics on how to get to a universal factory and to max out your power and all that stuff. So I feel like this was a very insightful playthrough, showing how to create an oil testing lab and how to make transportation efficient. So yeah, we're good. Anyways, I'm not like excited or in a big hurry to compete with all the mega channels. Like you're probably gonna get non-stop streams from like I'm Kibitz or something, showing all the new Satisfactory bells and whistles. And so I'm probably just gonna play. I may do like a live play, like as I'm learning 1.0, but that's kind of boring because you don't want to see how I have to like test things to see what works and what doesn't work and why, and do all the math on screen and in my head and stuff. And so I like to do playthroughs after I have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and so that way you don't get frustrated watching me trying to see why I keep doing stupid stuff over and over again, because I'm like trying to learn what's the best way to do things. Okay, Nuke City checked, so I guess we'll go check Battery Factory, and then that's about it. So there's oil lab / fuel station, and then I got another fuel station up and running. Universal Factory, Nuke City. But your stream is with a religious twist. Yeah, true. Yep. Sorry, I have to keep fixing the chat window so I can read it. This is so dumb. This is why I don't want to talk through chat on game streams, because half the time I can't read the bottom chat because OBS is retarded. Anyways, religious twist. Yeah, that's right. There's a religious twist to my panel and my streams, so we'll find out soon. Look at this forest. This would be a good place to put up a bunker. Bunker in the woods. That would be a perfect place for a bunker. I bet it's got clean drinking water in there too. And we're now back to the battery factory, which has some nice views, by the way. That's why I like to hang out over here. You can't really beat those views. Pretty. There you go. There's Conservatoria. If you squint really hard, you can see a little bunker deep in the woods there. Such a beautiful place. Unlike the dirty swamp where the deep state lives and all the evil retards, which the left wing has complete control at this point. Because they even have the useful idiots thinking that voting for the faux right wing will make any difference at this point. All according to their plans. Do I think my bunker will save me? Probably. It'll at least give me a sporting chance. I mean, when I'm off-grid and self-sufficient, do I need saving from anybody? You might need to save yourself. My bunker will be just fine. Unless the crazies outnumber me and take over. I mean, it's possible, you know, like, if all the cartels get together and send all of their best hitmen and stuff, you know, they might be able to take me out, but they won't take me out without a fight. Darn it. Out of my cold, dead hands will they take Conservatoria from me. Even the smallest bunker, I won't give up. Plus, who knows, maybe I'll have a little help from my friends. You know, it may not be just me by myself, unnamed. I'm starting a little biker gang. And we gonna band together like brothers. A band of brothers, if you will. Except my army will have something worth fighting for. So that will be the difference between Conservatoria and all the other socialist shitholes that are trying to invade our holy land. For the fatherland. Or the motherland, I don't care which one you call it. Motherland, fatherland. Oh, Conservatoria. Oh, say, can you see? By the dawn's early light. I think it will save me, unnamed. I think it will. If nothing else, it will help me find peace and tranquility that I've been looking for a long time. That humans were never able to provide. See, when I'm in there with just me and the trees, I find the conversations to be far more fruitful than with evil retards. So it's kind of a, like, you know, sanctuary type, you know, day spa kind of vibe. You know, I plan on building my bunker to look like one of those Zen garden, you know, like building that contains a indoor outdoor garden with waterfalls and hot tubs and swimming pools and jungles, and because the farm isn't that fun, but the garden is where it's at. The farm is just for sustenance, but the garden is more for the mental food that we don't get enough of in modern society. And so I think there's a lot of people who are stuck in little sardine cans, these cookie cutter, you know, suburbia neighborhoods or whatever, or even urban, you know, apartments or whatever, that forgot what it's like to enjoy life. And so there's a lot of homesteaders out there trying to rediscover that balance, but that can be kind of taxing as well, because when you're a farmer and you're running a farm, that's pretty hard work, and blood, sweat, and tears can kind of take the fun out of life. And so even though it's much more rewarding, it can just be kind of like a drain on your energy. And so a lot of humans can't figure out, you got to recharge your batteries from time to time, your spiritual and mental batteries. And so guess where you would accomplish such a thing? Would it be here or here? Is it in the giant metropolis cities with all the evil retards and all the crime and pollution and stupidity and noise? Or is it right over there with the squirrels and the birds and the trees and the waterfalls? And Emperor Phi and his little bunker, tiny, tiny little bunker. You can barely see it. It's just a little speck in there. So, yeah. That is Conservataria. The politics is just, when everybody tries to, like, crowd inside of my little sanctuary. Every time I talk about Conservataria, people keep wanting to, like, split up my property, and I'm like, no, you're not getting it. Those trees are mine. Those are my trees. You can buy your own trees and then stack your trees next to my trees, and we can be neighbors, but I'm not going to, like, subdivide my forest into, like, 50 single family dwellings or something like that, because then it just turned it right back into a typical suburban neighborhood, which completely defeats the purpose. That's not what you're not getting it. If you ask me that question, if you ask me, hey, Phi, can I, have half of your forest or something? No, that's that's not it. First of all, I'm showing you it's humanly possible. I'm not even rich. First of all, I never made over 6 figures in my entire life. And so if you make up to 6 figures, you're already ahead of me. You already have more income than I do. And so with 5 figures, if you can't figure out how to carve out your own little piece of Conservataria, then you're just doing it wrong. And then, I can give you advice on how to achieve those sort of goals, but I don't want to get too caught up in the financials and stuff like that. And plus, I did have a little bit of fortune in my life. I was at the right place at the right time in certain events, but I also dealt with a lot of misfortune in my life. So again, even if you just have like a steady, regular career, 5 figures can easily get you to Conservataria. So it's not free and it's not easy, but it is certainly doable by the average human being. So the point is, when people talk about politically speaking, I'm talking about merging our communities into one massive cluster. And so that's why we need to, if we're serious about saving this country or, providing an alternative after the meltdown, we need to do the Amish Free State Project model where, like minds get together and focus all of our time and energy and resources into supporting Emperor Phi's Conservataria, because by myself, all I'm going to accomplish is this one little slice of forest and, some dude just chilling in his little bunker or whatever. And even though I have all the answers, if no one's listening, what good do all my answers do? So, it's not so much a do I not have all of the solutions problem. It's, is there any audience to benefit from said knowledge? So that's what we're gonna find out, Unnamed. We're gonna find out if my bunker can save you or not. Stay tuned.